Jasmina Alston live at the Department of Public Health. Jasmina, he thought he'd be in isolation for a little bit longer, right?
Mike, that's right. Joey Camp says he thought he'd be in isolation for at least 10 days, but today the Department of Public Health cleared him to go back home. He is now back at his Canton home, and we actually spoke with him on the phone earlier this afternoon to find out why and how he's already been released.
I've got a clean bill of health.
Joey Camp tells me on the phone Sunday afternoon that he is feeling better after being in isolation since Tuesday. Camp tested positive for coronavirus on Monday. He works at a Waffle House in Canton that temporarily closed. CBS 46 first spoke with Camp when he went into isolation. He was the first and only Georgian with coronavirus to live on the campgrounds.
The last 3 days I've been symptom-free.
Camp was being isolated at Hard Labor State Park. The Georgia Department of Public Health tells me he was released without retesting because he has been asymptomatic for a full week. He is considered cured. That is the new CDC guidance being followed by states.
Because I was symptom-free, the Department of Health and Human Services have deemed that if you are without symptoms between 3 and 7 days, you're no longer shedding the virus, so you are no longer contagious.
Camp says his fever and chills are now gone. He tells me he started feeling better about 3 days after isolation.
I'm ready to get back to work and get back in the community. The only reason I'm still kind of dragging is because I've been on my back for the last week and a half.
And again, you heard it there. Camp says that he is ready to get back to work. He actually told me that his Waffle House location is expected to reopen on Tuesday after being closed. Mike?
Jasmina, we are glad he's doing better, but he was in isolation for only a week. The CDC, though, says you should quarantine for 14 days. So you're saying there's a difference between putting yourself in isolation versus putting yourself in a quarantine situation?
Well, Mike, the CDC says that isolation is for someone who is sick with a contagious disease so that no one else gets it. The CDC says quarantine is for someone who's been exposed to a contagious disease to see if they do, in fact, become sick. And Joey Camp was in isolation. Mike?
And that is the difference. Jasmina Alston live for us. Jasmina, thank you. Alicia?